back to lunch. Hi, James and James. Beloved Abstract. Good to see you. Have to see how many people show up. The title might be a little too controversial for some people. I know Beloved Abstract can handle it. Let me turn this down. Looks like Max is getting comfy. Hello, little buddy. So, how are you guys doing? Oh, that's completely gone, isn't it? Unmute, yeah. I don't know how it'll work with my voice. Usually it gets all garbled up. So again, hello, beloved. Hi, James. So we're going to look at Apollodrus and his supposed sky sperm. We'll wait for people to roll into chat. How are you guys doing today? James is having lunch. I'm having some Timbits and coffee. The world's rolling on as it should be. They're destroying villages, killing people. All in the name of money. All provocateur. We do have a destination today to do at the end of this show. I thought that'd be an interesting way to do it, do a destination. Hey, S, good to see you. Hey, the realist. How you doing? So I didn't know what this show was going to be other than chat. And my little bit on Apollodrus. It's not that big of a bit. So if anybody wants to hop up, I think the link should be pinned there. I can always check for viewer mail. That's always a good thing. Big ups, McCoy. Good to see you. Hi, Elderberry. Okay, Cat is doing something. And we are off. Okay. So we have a little bit of a preamble to this. This is Apollodrus, Library 1. Max is displeased with me. His tail is flickering like a whip. But we're all familiar with this. So where did this come from? This is a sperm, or what looks like a sperm, or maybe even you think it's just pareidolia. Whatever. You'll see in the story that I read that this becomes kind of important. We see it on the earth here. And it has no point of origin. I've searched out sperm on our planet. Now here's a genital, but that's a female genital right here, this large mass. But when we find sperm on the planet, the best example is, of course, in Yemen. Here's the dragon genital, this line running north to south. And here's the sperm field. We know where that came from. Just over here, I don't know where this came from. So let's look at Apollodrus. Where was he? Yeah, back. So, Apollodorus, the Library, Book 1, translated by J.G. Fraser. Sky was the first who ruled over the world, the whole world. And having wetted the earth, he begat the first 100-handed, as they are named Briaeus, Gaius, Cottus, who were unsurpassed in size and might, each of them having 100 hands and 50 heads. It's a very short verse, but very impactful. The first sentence says it all. I'm going to repeat that verse a few times, but share that. Hi, Peter. Hi, Scotty boy. Good to see you. Let's see. So again, we'll go forward. So in Libya, here's I'm going to call it. I'm going to call this the sky sperm. I don't know if this was the sperm that made a 100-handed, 50-headed creature, but I'm calling that the sky sperm from now on. This could be a very short show. So again, the sky was who ruled over the earth. And having wetted the earth, he begat the first 100-handed, as they are named, who were unsurpassed in size and might, each of them having 100 hands and 50 heads. After these, the earth bore him, the sky, the Cyclops, to wit, Arges, Steropes, Brontes, of whom each had one eye on his forehead. But them sky bound and cast into Tartarus, a gloomy place in Hades, as far distant from earth as earth is distant from the sky. And again he begat children by the earth, the sky did, to wit, the Titans, as they were named, Ocean, Coeus, Hyperion, Creus, Lapetus, and the youngest of all, Cronus. Interesting. Now, was that Cronus as in Jupiter? I don't think so. Also daughters, Titanides, okay? And they are called Tithys, Rhea, Themis, Mnemosis, Phoebe, Dion, Thea. But earth grieved at the destruction of her children, who had been cast into Tartarus. Persuade the Titans to attack their father, and gave Cronus a sickle. And they, all but the ocean, attacked him, and Cronus cut off his father's genitals and threw them into the sea. And from the drops of the flowing blood were born Furies, to wit, Alecto, Tisiphone and Megara. And having dethroned their father, they brought up their new brethren who had been hurled into Tartarus and committed the sovereignty to Cronus. Now, I'm wondering about this now. This gave me an off-the-cuff thought. Hey, Scotty. Let's go back and take a look. Where were we there? Were you guys seeing that at all? Yeah, I think you were. Now, these Cyclops all seem to be male. I don't know. Hi, my flock. Good to see you. Haven't seen you for a while. Sounds like normal family stuff? Yeah. What's that? Yeah, absolutely. Hit that like button. Doesn't do much good. Do hit it. We're so severely shadow banned. Possibly, Peter. Okay, so where were we in the story? Okay. So, we read the names. And having dethroned their father, they brought up their brethren who had been hurled down to Tartarus and committed the sovereignty to Cronus. But he again bound and shut them up in Tartarus and wed his sister Rhea. And since both earth and sky foretold him that he would be dethroned by his own son, he used to swallow his offspring at birth. His firstborn, Hestia, he swallowed, then Demeter, then Hera, then after them Pluto and Poseidon. Enraged at this, Rhea repaired to Crete, where she was big with Zeus, and brought him forth in a cave. She gave him to the Curetes and to the nymphs, Adistra and Ida, daughters of Melissus, to nurse. So these nymphs fed the children on milk, and the Curetes in arms guarded the babe in the cave, clashing their spears and on their shields in order that Cronus might not hear the child's voice. But Rhea wrapped a stone in a swaddling cloth and gave it to Cronus to swallow, as if it were his newest born. But when Zeus was full grown, he took Metis, daughter of Ocean, to help him, and she gave Cronus a drug to swallow, which forced him to disengorge the first stone, and then the children whom he had swallowed. And with their aid, Zeus waged war against Cronus and the Titans. And they fought for 10 years. And Earth prophesied victory to Zeus if he should have as allies those who had been hurled down to Tartarus. So he slew their jailers, Campi, and loosed their bonds, and the Cyclops. Then he gave Zeus thunder and lightning, and a thunderbolt. And on Pluto they bestowed a helmet, on Poseidon a trident. Armed with these weapons, the gods overcame the Titans, shut them up in Tartarus, and appointed the 100-handed handers as their guards. But they themselves cast lots for the sovereignty, and to Zeus was allotted the dominion of the sky, to Poseidon the dominion of the sea, and to Pluto the dominion of Hades. Very interesting. There is a lot in there. That's quite a lot of our history. They call it myth, but I call it history. And we see later on that all these different gods, they all mate with each other, producing different offspring of different types. But the sky was the first. The sky was the first who ruled over the whole world. And having wetted the earth, wetted in the ancient time meant pretty much to lay with. They may have written it here as wetted, but it was probably laid with the earth and begat the first 100-handed, as they are named. It'd be interesting to see. If I haven't found 100-handed on our planet. What happened, James? Oh no. Yeah, there's so many cabinets everywhere now, James. They all interbred, yeah. And I brought this up because Roger brought up the Neanderthal. And people wonder where they came from. Well, they were one of the hybrids, at least in my opinion. There was a time when we remember the story of the 300 angels that fell to earth. And those angels took 200 of every animal and mated with them and made other chimera creatures. So we wonder how we got, how come the world is so filled, or in the past, with so many more types of creatures than there are now? It's because creatures haven't interbred for millions, possibly, of years. Yeah, apparently in the beginning, in the past. But Hook, you remember Honey Boy? No, I don't remember Honey Boy. The hobos interbred? Yeah, I bet they did. So Roger was doing, something on the Neanderthal and wondering how they came about. Well, I think they came about through one of these interbreeding sessions. Uh, a lot of people think that we've been manipulated. It's possible. It's possible we came about just through interbreeding. Man came from the dust of the earth. Well, I've shown, or I can show, how the earth itself could put forth creatures time and time again. Oh, where did we go? I went quite a few in here. There's what looks like a sperm. Here's what looks like a fetus. And how many of these creatures were humanoid and how many of them were, I don't know, dragon-like, lizard-like, fish-like? I really don't know. But I can see ones that look very snake-like. But are these the ones they're talking about? Are these the 100-handed? They don't say what the 100-handed are. 100-handed and 50-headed. You gonna come on up, Scotty? Remember Barney's store? I don't remember that. Could be a centipede. It appears to have wings, though. You can see feathers over here, or what look like feathers to me. But yeah, it could be. Maybe it's a couple centipedes. I don't know. Thought that was a head. Kind of looks like a beaked head. Right there, his neck. More feathers sticking up. Kind of like Quetzalcoatl. But yeah, it could be a centipede. Just all this stuff bled off. And this is just the main body that we see, and everything else is something coming off of it. That is possible. 100-handed. Yeah, centipede. Your snakes. Your snack snakes. Your sex snakes by feeling inside their. Yeah, you sex snakes by feeling inside their cloaca. I didn't know that, James. I didn't know you had to. See, I've seen where you just it just shows, right? I don't know how they get it to stick out, but that's what they seem to do. You don't either. Well, who knows that? That's not something most people would know. That's what they look like on some species. On others, they can be smaller, like this. But I've looked over the planet, and mostly the ones I find are more closely related to like these elasto, elasmo branch. Somewhere between there, I think these would be like a female. And the male look more like these teleost, um, having genitals like this in a heart shape. But they all seem to have these long appendages, very much like the one I showed you first, like this one. It's almost what looks like a foreskin breach right here. And yeah, so I believe they actually even have a foreskin. So I don't know if they were ever circumcised or not. I don't know how you do that. Yeah, it's a snake or a lizard. I'm not sure. And we do have like what looks like a centipede. but it's not 100-headed. It only looks like it has one head. Or sorry, 50 heads. But yeah, a centipede, that'd be a good idea. Some type of a chimeric being with 100 heads or something. 50 heads and 100 hands. Where do you find that? Cool, James. Yeah. Did you ever get bit? Time for a smudge break. See what I mean with the head feathers? Like over on North America, Quetzalcoatl. It looks like they do extend even up farther than just those dark parts right there. Looks like they may even go up to around here. It's hard to say. Really cool image, though. Yeah, if you were a lizard, you'd have three, right? In no way I was an expert. Okay, gotcha. You handled the world's most venomous snakes. Wow. So where on earth are these 100-headed? I guess they weren't titanic. Like the Titans were huge. How big is the man in? Let's find it over here. I forget how tall he is. That's not the right one. Wyoming. Don't know why the computer has such trouble finding that. How big is Devil's Tower? I estimate that his head runs from right there all the way up to this bowl-shaped structure where his head probably laid. It's in perfect proportions. So let's see, that's 1 mile. Well, he's at least 5 miles long. Do something here. Come loose, you. There you go. Don't know my own strength. So in the Bible, it says that the Titans or the giants were 3,000 ells. That works out to about 6.66 miles. This guy's about the same size. They want us to use tubes, pick them up by their heads. Oh, yeah. I'm going to show you the Devil's Tower. I like drawing it out. And it freaks people out when I draw on my screen, so that's always fun too. Now let me show you a couple of the features first. So beside Devil's Tower Monument, we would see another leg, and it would have a leg tendon or bone like this. But it might be in a different orientation, and this, I believe, is it right here, this white patch. So let me show you how that connects up. Give me a moment. Let me get that infinity out of there. Oh, can't line it up too good. Well, that's good enough. He's on his side anyway. So Devil's Monument is right down here. And that's 1 foot, but it's broken off. So what's happening here is he's got one leg that's straight. Right here. I don't know what happened to his foot. Just the rest of it's over here. Then we start at this foot, and he's got a bent leg. Like this. Coming up to his body. Shoulders. All the way up to the head. It appears too that one of his arms is off in this direction. So right there you should find the family jewels. And I forgot to bring a wiper for that. My apologies. But that's what I believe is Devil's Tower. A giant dude. Hey, Paradox, how you doing? Good to see you. No, I'm alrighty. Hold on a second. I gotta grab a cloth. Wipe that off the screen. I'm partially ambidextrous, Scotty, but no, I'm predominantly right-handed. Can write with my left hand if I have to. It's not very pretty. Tighty, righty, lefty, loosey. That's the way it's supposed to go, isn't it? Rattlesnake cook-offs. They taste like chicken. Who would have known? So yeah, Devil's Tower. He's probably, what is that? It's back out to a mile. Yeah, he's probably one of those titans. 6 miles, 5, 6 miles high. Doesn't that look like a couple of dragon legs right there? Doesn't that look like a claw? Or the impression of a claw? I don't know that it is. It's kind of neat that there's one there, one there. What do we got up here? Maybe a body and a tail. I don't know. Maybe. Hmm. Be a dragon fighting with a man, wouldn't it? Look at the size of those feet. If that was a dragon, those feet are like 2 or 3 miles. Those legs are about 2 miles long there. Hmm. That'd be a giant compared to the, even if that was a titan. I'll have to keep my eye on that. Take a look around. Wonder if that could all be feathers and wings right up above. Maybe a wing there and a wing there. Coming out to a tip, maybe? Kinda. Looks like he's grabbing for the man, too. I don't know if you guys can see that or not. So a small dragon of 4 legs and with wings. Yeah, those do look like claws to me, or legs. 1, 2, 3, 4, maybe 5. One coming out to the side there. And this, I have no idea. It just happens to be in the right spot, that's all. Oh, hold on. Two, three, 4, 5. Okay, maybe a little more similarity than I thought. Kind of looking like the makeup of hand bones here, kind of, in a way. Huh. Could be. Does look like claws. Huh. All right. It was above and left of the claw. Let's see. Don't see it, Scotty. I don't know. That could be something. Probably. Probably, James. I've made tofu taste like tofu no matter how you cook it. Yeah, it's pretty much the same thing. Boiled peanuts, that's pretty good. I've never really had that. Not done professionally. I tried it myself. I don't know that I did it that good. Like top center. Hmm. Top center. Right there. Looks like a. Yeah, that looks like a. It does. One, two, another leg. I don't know, some shit going on up here. Tail. I don't know. That's pretty cool. Could just be the landscape drawing it out, but there does seem to be some definition to it in the landscape, especially there, eh? What do we got here? That's a pretty spot. Yeah, it could be. Could be something. Korean Brazil? I don't know what that is. Did that did that comet just disappear with a beak face? Okay. Now when I'm looking at it through the StreamYard screen, right at the top in the middle, I see a giant skull. Do you guys see that? Stirring apart jar of peanut butter. Okay. They swallow eggs for entertainment purposes. You guys are really on topic there. I love it. Right here. Looks like two eyes. Right there. And there. And you can almost see teeth. When you get in close, it disappears, but that's the whole shebang there. It does almost look like, I think it's trees, but it looks like a row of teeth. Uh, openings in the trees. Okay. There's some white. Uh, probably got dirt in it. You can't see it if you can't see it. Once you see it, you can't unsee it. That's my theory. Has anybody else gone live? I don't have much content today. That's about it. I just wanted to talk about that. So yeah, I like that quote from. Oops, cancel. All right. We're back. Page unresponsive. Yeah, we'll have to wait. Hmm. Looks like it might be it. There, we in here? Huh. Be working. All right. Okay. Let me close that down then. All right. Well, I was going to actually shut it down because nobody's come up and I presented everything I wanted to present. Hey, Lucky, how you doing? So if there's anything you guys want to talk about, we can do that. I see that we're talking about snake stew. So I don't know if that's a topic of interest for everyone. We've also got snake balls we can talk about. We showed those. We can show you a few of those. We can talk about carpet bombing in Gaza and Palestine. Yeah, that'd be cool. 6 mile high person. 6.66 miles. I don't know why they did that. The the human number of 666. 3,000 L's actually works out to 6 miles and 0.66, 6.66 miles. It's ridiculous. So again, Sky was the first who ruled over the whole world, and having wedded, first 100-handed. So the first people on the planet, or the first creatures, were the 100-handed, as far as we know. As far as Apollodrus says. On the 26th, well, they're really ramping up for that. We've had a whole bunch of people. Godzilla is female, if you didn't know. Oh, okay. I didn't know. I thought they always talk about Godzilla in the male form. Did you put your finger up Godzilla's cloaca? Apparently, I think Scotty says that's how you tell. Who said that? Oh, yeah, she had a little one. Yeah, how did you figure that out, BA? All right, we'll have one more smudge and then we'll shut it down. And I'll edit out this last part. Probably not. See, people always say that, right? Off the hook. Something's going to happen this time, that time, but they're never specific. I wish people would be a little more specific with what's going to happen. Like, tell me what, so we can prepare for it. We have been getting ahead of things, though, and it's good that people are saying to look out for specific dates, because hopefully there's things that are congruent with that day that we can point to. He laid eggs in the movie. Okay. The little one talked to the teen Japanese girl. Yeah, they are being kind of specific in a way, yeah. But they're not telling us what. Like, do we need life preservers? Do we need blue tops? Do we need, I don't know. What do we need for that day? What can we do other than, raise our vibration, keep ourselves lifted, hopefully be prepared. Well, the word that's not specific is the something. Oh yeah, sorry, I apologize. The war begins. I'm sorry, my apologies. But most times, like, I'm not saying this specific case, right? But people do say that, there's a conjunction happening, something will happen. I suppose we try. The 6 Day War happened before, will happen similarly. Okay. So you think Israel's going to go around and stomp everybody? Then turn all us into dragon poop? Yeah. I look within. Yep, Apollodorus told us about sky sperm. 6-Day War. Yeah, I don't know how we stop these people. Like I said, the militaries themselves, they have to refuse these illegal wars. Illegal actions. They've purged the militaries, unfortunately. Oh, good to see you too. Not your prediction. You were listening to Nino. Nino's Corner. Okay. Yeah, it's a good possibility. You know, without what? Without manure, all the soil would be clay. Don't forget about all the fish guts too. A lot of the plant matter turns back into dirt, doesn't it? Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. That Yahoo dude created Hamas. Yeah, well, we're paying for both sides of it here in North America. The whole conflict between the Palestinians and the Israelis was started by the Rockefellers back in the 20s when he started buying up land. There was the Balfour Declaration. Oh, yeah, I had something pulled up on that. Just check. A small video, I think. Hmm. I don't know how to spell it. The Balfour Declaration was a declaration of creating an Israeli state um, in Palestine. I forget when it was published. A long time ago, long before any this conflict started, almost 100 years ago. Well, yeah, they're sucking up all the assets too. They're devaluing the dollar by printing money so that they can use that money then to buy up assets that are going up at an exponential rate. And then you'll own nothing, you'll be happy. World will be created. Yeah, don't tell them anyone. Don't tell them off the hook. Gotta tell them. Gotta keep it quiet. Yeah, it's there isn't. I don't know that there is a good solution for this whole thing, other than the Palestinians and Israelis to put down their arms. Unfortunately, they're not very accepting people. Some of them, and that keeps them separated. Um, Many of the Jewish people in there, from the videos I've seen, quite prejudiced. So, with extreme prejudice comes extreme actions, right? Uh, Even the Jewish communities in North America and stuff, they keep to themselves. There's the communities in New York. Some of those people never apparently even step outside of their borough. They marry within that borough, and that's it. So they're not inclusive. They want to create this inclusive world, but places like Poland seem to have pretty good success with just staying with themselves, and not emigrating a whole bunch of people. They did really well. There's a few other countries that did really well by not having mass amounts of immigration. None of them expected Yeshua. No, none of them accepted Yeshua. Um, yeah, and the churchy way is unfortunately never going to accept the church. Uh, they have their beliefs, and they're going to stick to them. I don't know if a Messiah, but because a Messiah, I think they believe a Messiah has to come from their ranks. And there was a guy who was performing miracles, a rabbi. A short time ago, I saw him, but I think they totally debunked him as a show. But they are still looking for their Messiah. I don't know. Hopefully, they'll find him. Yeah, yeah. I don't. The only way I can see that ending is if they meld together, but they're not. They're really the extremists in the country. Um, Probably aren't going to do it, and they know that. So that's a good reason to, stick them together. They could have given the Jewish people a homeland somewhere else, right? Even the early rabbis didn't believe that they had rights and claim to the land of Israel, as we call it now, or Palestine. They went against the idea of moving all the Jewish people to Palestine. But the Rothschilds just kept making it happen over and over again. You said it. You did. I noticed that. You can call them whatever you want here. I don't. I don't discriminate. That'll fix everything. Yeah. Have a big love in, and there will be with psychedelic music, and bell-bottom pants, weed, and hippie chicks and stuff. Yeah, I wasn't invited. Yeah, I don't think I got invited to that party, beloved. Where's that happening? Oh yeah, that already happened back in when Sky was the first who ruled over the whole world, and he, having wedded the earth, which we know, when he laid with women, that was wedded. As soon as you lay with a woman, you're wedded. That's how it worked in the past. So Earth did it with Sky, and he begat the first hundred-handed, and he begat the first hundred-handed. Yeah. So yeah, Sky, what a dirty dude. Maybe Sky was having that party, the big love in. Really? You lost a message? I think it happened before to somebody too. Yeah, that can happen. I told you we're heavily banned here. Sky used to be a great guy. I don't know, it doesn't say that he... See, Sky didn't go anywhere. Sky didn't do anything after that, really, did he? He made some other creatures, didn't he? Yeah. Oh no, Sky bound them. Cast them into Tartarus. How did Sky do that? After these, Earth bore him the Cyclops. And there was 3 of them who each had 1 eye and on his forehead. Sky bound them and cast them into Tartarus, a gloomy place in Hades, as far distant from the earth as distant from the sky. Huh. Cast them into Tartarus. See, all of these all of these phrases, they really mean a lot. They cram so much information into a small section, but because of the translation, we're not getting like the raw version because we're not of that time. Wonder if it was a portal to hell. Well, they say Hades is Pluto, right? So that would be distant from the Earth. Is that one of the Cyclops out there? I don't know. Hades, as far from the Earth as the sky is from the Earth. Right? So how far is that? Cast into Tartarus, a gloomy place in Hades, as far distant from the earth is distant from the sky. And again he begat children by earth, to wit the Titans were born. So he was a prolific dude. See, now for him after this. So I've found 3 different types of sperm on the planet. Is that what it is? Is there just the 3 matings of the sky with the earth? I'll have to really look into that. Okay, guys, that's all we've got for today. Much love to you all. Keep your third eye open. Use your intelligence and your intuition. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.